So boom.
Better know it.
Yeah, man. It's your boy Jay Green, man. This is Greenroom TV, man. I got a new guest, first time in the green room. Joe Baker in the green room. First time, man. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good, man. Feeling real good, man. You know, just got the house, you know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, man. This is an interview I've been wanting for a minute.
Yeah. You most definitely one of the most persistent people, I have to say, you know what I'm saying? You most definitely stayed on. It's been a little minute, so, you know what I'm saying? We here, we're going to get it right, too.
Absolutely. Man, so Joe is a YouTuber, an influencer, a marketer, a businessman, an author, you know, a public speaker, grind all together, man. And I kind of look at you first as like the prison YouTube lane. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about your story, really where you come from first.
Well, from, you know what I'm saying, I got to put it on for the city, you know what I'm saying, Springfield, Tennessee, you know what I'm saying, little small town, you go through 2-3 red lights, you know what I'm saying, you out of the city, but for sure, if you go through them red lights and you decide to stop at the gas station and meet somebody, you know what I'm saying, because they going to offer to sell you something, and you get stuck in that city, you going to jail. But it's one of them, you know what I'm saying, but, you know, I grew up, it was a rough, you know what I'm saying, upbringing, you know what I'm saying, because of the environment, not, you know, because I grew up poor, not, you know what I'm saying, but yeah, Springfield, Tennessee on the map.
So it's a small town, but it's kind of a rough town though.
That ain't even kind of. It's off the chain. It's bad. You know, I actually just went down there this weekend and went and got my daughter, man. And you know, I'm so cautious when I go through there. It ain't got nothing to do with my background or past. It's just being aware that, you know, it's one of them. It's vultures.
Yeah. And so that's close to Nashville.
About 30 minutes. About 30 minutes from Nashville. About 45 from Clarksville. 3 hours from M-Town, Memphis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, Tennessee, man.
Yeah.
Tennessee been kicking up dust though.
Yeah.
Lately, yeah, for real.
The Titans ain't kicked up.
Nah, that's real. Okay, so tell me a little more in depth, like some of your experiences coming up,
but, you know,
your family life and stuff like that.
Did that. Well, my mama, you know what I'm saying, I can't. My mama dated the biggest dope boy in the city, you know what I'm saying, at the time, was my sister daddy. I got 2 siblings, older brother, you know what I'm saying, younger sister. My daddy locked up when I was 2-3 months old. My daddy got 2 life sentences. Like I said, my mama dated the biggest dope boy in the city, so I can come home from the bus, get off the bus from school, that house been broke into, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it was robbers or burglars, I don't know what it was, but I know first time I ever seen some dope, I didn't know what it was. I opened up the pantry and, you know what I'm saying, seen plenty of bricks. By the time I grew up and realized, found out what dope was, and then that's what that was. But yeah, that's the gist of it, you know what I'm saying? After that, you already know what happened. After that, the path get carved out, it's on, you're on your way.
Nah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, from watching, you know, your videos on YouTube, of course, listening to your stories.
Yeah.
The gangs.
Yeah.
It was something, was that big before prison?
Man, you know, that's crazy. That's a good question, because Springfield one of them towns who we behind, but it don't seem like we behind. So, you know what I'm saying? We catch wind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? And then it's one of them, I don't want to say imitate, but it's one of them, you catch wind of it, and then you start to imitate that, you start doing that. But, so if it was a big thing, it probably wasn't solid. You know what I'm saying? It was just, you probably done went to another city somewhere, seeing what was going on, seeing they were wearing flags and everything, you know, you come back to the city and you saying that's what you were, but you ain't really went through the proper process of it. But it most definitely was down there, but it wasn't what gangs really are. So yeah.
Okay. So it was prevalent, but it wasn't as heavy as it is nowadays, like people probably make it seem.
No, most definitely. It's most definitely more solid down there now, you know what I'm saying? Because so many people I grew up with, you know, that went to prison, went to different, you know what I'm saying? They actually done got involved with really hard work versus, you know, how it was. That's kind of how it happened with me, actually. You know, I got locked up in June. You know, we used to go see my dad when I was younger. My dad got a pitchfork burned in his hand. And you always heard the word gangster thrown around here and there, but I didn't know exactly what it was until I got locked up in June. I was at NTC, Nashville, Tennessee, and I remember seeing people throwing up the pitchforks, and then, you know what I'm saying, I was like, and I started putting 2 to 2 together, and that's why I started screaming at that. And they were dudes my age, you know, then I got locked up with 14, 15. Them dudes was already legit, but they were from the city, you know what I'm saying? They were Nashville, Knoxville, you know what I'm saying, biggest city one in Springfield, where they was actually, you know what I'm saying, involved in new structure and all of it. And then I kind of brought it home. And when I brought it home, I know what I'm talking about, but I ain't went through the proper process. I just had been around it long enough to soak up the information. And but my daddy had got wind of it and called and was like, they said you been wearing black flags. This is an name. Like, what you got going on? I told him, I said, man, I'm a gangster. He's like, boy, you don't know what you're talking about. He didn't want to talk to me on the phone, but he told me, when you come to visit, we'll discuss it. And then come to find out, all the literature that they gave me was bogus. For real? But yeah, that's how it happened. Because he got to ask him, he was like, what's this piece of this, that? You know what I'm saying? So I'm asking the question. No. That's the wrong. No. Who told you that? But you know what I'm saying? But some of it was correct, but a lot of it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's how it started, and really, that's how it kind of caught on, because I kind of had a reputation and a little name down there. So by the time I started screaming that, it kind of just trickled down. So yeah, that's how it started.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, so when you're gangster, just like
you gotta be correct though. It's growth and development. Now, gangster disciples, of course. It's more that the gangster disciples more associated with the product of gang mentality versus growth and development, being switched over to a more of a growth and development.
For sure.
Yeah.
And that's the same gang per se that started by Larry Hoover?
Yeah.
For sure. Mm-hmm. So, okay, now how is it in Tennessee? I know it's GDs. Listening to your videos, there's a lot of Vice Lords. I heard Tennessee had a Blood and Crip wave. Yeah. What would you say is the most common gang out there?
Right now? I want to say Blood, but because when all the rappers started screaming that, it kind of took a huge wave. And but GD, if it ain't Blood, it'll be GD. You know what I'm saying, for sure. Because I think because the way they move and the way they organize and stuff like that. So, but yeah, if it ain't Bloods, it's the G's. If it ain't the G's, it's the Bloods. And then after that, on so forth, the Crips, then Vice Lords, and yeah. But it's either Bloods or G's to beat.
Sure.
Yeah.
I would imagine on that street side that Tennessee kind of wild because, they got Midwest gangs, they got Southern gangs. It's really like a melting pot for gangs.
It is.
It was like that when you was coming up too?
Yeah. Of course, you got your Mexican gangs, then you got the gangs that come from the West Coast, come from the land, and then of course you got all your little street neighborhood gangs, and then it's just a mixture of a little, like you said, like a melting pot. It's crazy, and it's all when it come down to that, come from Tennessee, come from my point of view. This is my opinion, for y'all get it twisted. I feel like it was just everybody trying to find something to be, or find out who they were, find out who, trying to find their place, in the world. And, gangs or organizations are some of the first things, I guess, to make you feel like you're a part of something.
Oh, for real. Yeah. So how is it like with the friction? Is there friction between sets out there? Or
no, ain't clowns.
No, it ain't like that.
It might have been back in the 90s. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now, now it's, of course, it's friction, but it ain't like what they be talking about in the music. Like, it ain't gangster like that. It ain't gutter like that. I feel like, when G's see Vice Lords, it ain't beef. I don't feel like when Crips see Bloods, it's automatically, he a Blood, I don't feel like people are on, are you wearing red in this neighborhood? You know what I'm saying? We Bloods, you got to take that off. I've only seen that once or twice, and it was some guys that got out of, they came home from the penitentiary, and they felt like you can't be wearing certain colors, and he got killed because these young dudes, this is a different ball game. You don't be telling us what we can and what we can't do, or what we can and can't wear. He got killed, but yeah.
Man, Tennessee gangster though.
Yeah.
So would you say it's mostly about money when it comes to the gangs out there?
Most definitely.
So it's about hustling and shit.
Yeah. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be about the community, but I don't understand how any gang or organization can be about the community. It's a two-edged sword. You say you for the community, and then you flood the community with drugs. Like, so it don't make sense. It's just like most drug dealers who feel like they are doing a service for families and certain people in the community, and they feel like it kind of offset the balance. It's just like people who feel like, we give turkeys away on Thanksgiving, and we do this and do that for the kids on Christmas, and but you flood the community with fentanyl. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Then it's just so much in in the weed and stuff nowadays, even though they say, well, weed ain't this, man. You flooding the community with a bunch of kids who don't have role models who smoking weed. Before you know it, they're going to fall back on their grades, and then they're going to look up to you, and then next thing you know, they want to sell weed. And when they start selling weed, then you know what they gravitate to. So, it's just all of it's backwards to me. You know what I'm saying? And I say all that for personal experience because I feel like, it was smoke and mirrors. You know what I'm saying? On the outside looking in, when you looking at any gang or organization and you ain't familiar with how it really works and what's really going on, you thinking it's more than what it is. But by the time you get in and you really see what's going on, and then the people, and then there'll be a lot of people who will say, well, you just was whatever. It's favoritism, it's bias in certain things. It's people, it's just like, it's a lot of drug dealers who they never been in jail, never got caught, never, you know what I'm saying? And they hear anybody talking about how the dope game is, they'll disagree with it because they haven't had to experience the opposite end of the stick. So it's a lot of people who in gangs, organizations, whether it be G's, Vice Lords, Crips, or whatever, when they hear people talking about, they'll say, well, they don't know what they talking about. You ain't experienced, you know what I'm saying, the opposite end of it. So of course you still defending it. But it's crazy if you can't even understand that for the most part, whether you hear or hear, you see the effects that it have in the community. So it's all bogus to me.
So